Another year filled with games, only this time I left a lot unfinished. So this year, I'm ranking based on lasting appeal since for the most part, I only have about 80% of these games complete at the time. So what games I have complete are in blue, and the ones I have yet to finish are marked in red. Also, I must emphasize that these are not all games released in 2015, just games that I've played for the first time in 2015. With that said, let's get started. Touching this list by the skin on its teeth is this awkward Halloween-themed platformer on the Nintendo GameCube that goes by the name of Spirits and Spells. I remember my sister playing a similar game on the GBA, but this 3D counterpart intrigued me. The music is right out of Danny Elfman's music sheets, and the concept of switching between both the witch and the devil offers some very interesting gameplay mechanics. I played the first Ratchet Clank a few years back, and long story short, I wasn't really a fan of it. A lot of the weapons seemed useless, the health system was a joke to me, and the character of Ratchet really got on my nerves. Add to the fact that a lot of the levels felt unenjoyable, and I left the game with a C- on its report card. My cousin insisted that I try its sequel, Going Commando, before ditching the series. Oh yeah, that's more like it. Everything I had problems with in the first installment is addressed here. Everything. The weapons, extremely useful and offer a variety of uses. Ratchet, he's really damn cool and likable this time. The health system, upgradable by a meter. Oh yeah. Add to that the enjoyable levels like the battle arena, numerous boss fights, and even a farming segment that isn't too aggravating, and you have the superior package. Alright, bring on the third. I'll shove it up your arsenal. Oh dear. Somebody had a lot of fun making this one. Everything you love in video games like Mega Man and Castlevania, it's here. Everything you hate in video games like knockback, one-hit deaths, and crummy powers, it's here too. In spades. Though the death blocks can be a bit much, it's the glorious soundtrack and humorous charm that kept me pushing through. It all takes me back to the past to play the games that love to kick my ass. Oh, and I just don't have the patience for this final level, even on easy mode. That's right, I've never played the original PacMan World before, other than a blurry afternoon at my cousin's house that I don't quite remember. I grew up playing its sequel though, PacMan World II, but as for this one, I was out of the loop. But now I'm finally experiencing what I must confess is a really cool 3D platformer. It's interesting how between all the bouncing and rev rolling that you come across these bonus rooms, and they're basically enhanced mazes from the original Pac-Man. It truly is a worthwhile celebration for Pac-Man's 20th anniversary, fairly challenging too. The game is not afraid to slam some tricky jumps and intense obstacles your way. I'm glad I got around to playing this one. Now I know to avoid ghostly adventures like the plague, but I wonder if I should try out PacMan World III. I finally did it. I finally got the chance to play the cult classic, Earthbound. Finally I can see what all the fuss is about. So what did I think of it? Oh, it's good, but alright, let's dive in a bit. This game oozes with charm, I won't deny that. The writing is some of the finest, and there are so many clever moments that fill the game with a lot of heart. There is some enjoyment to be had here, but oh dear, it's not without flaws. First, look at this. Look at this. This to me is an eyesore. I know the game offers numerous alternatives to store your supplies, but what the hell is wrong with this? I hate having to stop and clean through my inventory because the game frowns on my storage. Unless I use their built-in storage system, which I never had to deal with a lot of other RPGs, so just Also, this game is way too obsessive with status effects. I found the effect of being homesick to be very unique the first 6 times I got it, but after a while it got really stale. And that's just the tip of the iceberg to the plethora of status effects the game throws at you. One last thing, and this one's more of a little nitpick, but the game likes to throw a lot of those cryptic gaming clues that the time was well known for. Things that only a guide or specific NPC would answer to. All that aside, it's still a really good game and a damn good RPG. But best RPG ever? Not really, not in my book. Yeah, it's unique and different, but that doesn't always make it the undeniable superior being. Well, this is awkward. Yeah, let's criticize a highly acclaimed RPG, then self-plug the tool you're using to make your own. That makes perfect sense. Anywho, I finally got my wish. RPG Maker that works on the Mac interface. Now I can finally take my handful of RPG ideas and get to work I am. With 2 standard battle interfaces to choose from, a character generator, and numerous plugins to fool around with, I'm finally experiencing the RPG Maker that I've always wanted to try, but never really could. I can't wait to finish the remake of my first RPG, because I have so many more tools and ideas I want to blossom. I love RPG Maker MV. I know, a lot of purists don't at this moment, but I don't care. I got my wish and I'm loving every second of it. Speaking of creating your own, come on, you just knew Super Mario Maker was going to make it on here. Creating your own Mario course has been a dream for all of us, and to have that dream come true, it's something worth praising. Though my levels have been mostly ridiculous, I'm still overwhelmed by the number of features you can harness while at the same time begging for some more goodies because I'm dying to make my own ice levels. Here's hoping this is just the beginning of Nintendo's Maker series because come on, Kirby Maker, Zelda Maker, Pokemon Maker, it'd be way too cool to pass up. Oh Yoshi, we have quite the story to tell. You made one good game, one decent game, a couple forgettable games, and a game whose existence I refuse to acknowledge. What would it take for you to make another good game again? Oh, that'll work. Yoshi's Woolly World brings back that charm that the series was known for. It takes the aspects of Kirby's Epic Yarn and amplifies them. With Kirby's Epic Yarn, I felt it was an interesting game with Kirby characters thrown in for some extra flavor, but in Woolly World, it feels like a Yoshi game with gorgeous arts and crafts thrown in for extra flavor. Though the nostalgia strings are tied a bit tight, the beautiful level design, lively soundtrack, and simplistic but addictive cooperative play make this a great game. I really didn't think I'd fall in love with this one, but I'm glad I did. Hell, it even gave me a reason to bond with my sister over a game, and that's extremely rare. Perhaps this little guy's future isn't so bleak after all. This was the year to move past being a scrub and stare death in the face. Just be roundhouse kicked into Tartarus, so that I could come back and dance with the devil once again. To get my ass handed back to me in a UPS package. So that I could, alright, the game's hard, okay? Dark Souls is one of those few games that the masses won't shut up about that actually lives up to its reputation. How about that? Its world is vast and lush, using storytelling techniques most familiar in Metroid Prime. And there's a large assortment of creative monsters lurking behind every corner. The combat may seem slow at first, but trust me when I say it's all essential. Every slash, guard, and potion chug is a risky move to take, and you feel the weight of it all as you prepare your victory against a nasty boss. There is no feeling greater than when you finally fell one of these bosses. Of course, it's taken away from you quickly when you face the next boss, but I digress. Dark Souls does tend to wade into Simon's Quest waters when it comes to how cryptic the secrets can be, but all in all, it truly is a masterpiece, and a game that I won't deny, worthy of being called one of the greatest. But there was one other game I had more fun with this year. Way to go, Way Forward. You take home the gold, matey, with Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. When I saw this game's trailer, I was expecting a fun time, but I had no idea it would be to this degree. Since I had no luck in playing the previous two games, this was my first experience with the Shantae series, and yeah, I can see why so many people want her for Smash. And she's not bad on the eyes either. When you got it, flaunt it, baby.
Now you'll dance.
That's Jake Kaufman as the composer here, and he's this generation's David Wise. Another masterpiece of a soundtrack, and just like Shovel Knight, the levels themselves perfectly complement the music played in them. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse is a glorious game with a lot of replayability, a variety of collectibles to obtain, and perhaps the greatest final boss of this video game generation. You've earned it, baby. Well everyone, 2016 is upon us, and we've got ourselves a new Star Fox, Zelda, and Uncharted on the horizon. I also have to devote the year to Battlefront and Xenoblade Chronicles X. Game on, everybody. War Dog out.